And we are back with another episode of Zoomin with Zack. What's up, everybody? Facebook family, LinkedIn family, YouTube family. It's so good to be back doing an episode. It has been a while. It has been a while. I think last one I did was with Josh Buckner over 2 months ago. As many of you know, I've been planning my family reunion, which just happened this past weekend. There we go. Got the shirt on. Shout out to the Sheraton Hotel, who did a great job hosting us all. And of course, all my family that came from all over the country to have a great weekend in Philly. It was so awesome. And I want to jump right into it because I got an awesome guest with me today. But again, so grateful for all those you are watching. Please like, comment, share. And again, really appreciate you sticking with me during these last couple months where things have been tough. I'm stressed, but I'm still blessed. So let's get right into it. Zooming with Zack, here we go. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Zoomin with Zack. So happy to be back and to be chatting with you. I'm going to get the ball rolling again now that I've gotten through a lot of work, a lot of family stuff. It's now back to focusing on Zoomin with Zack and introducing you to folks that I admire, folks that I've worked with, folks that I just really respect and want to introduce to my LinkedIn audience. But of course, I got to have a trivia question for you. So check out the screen. We got it here. What is it called when you have your grandparents on speed dial? All right, end of the show, I'm gonna give you the answer. But again, think about that. What is it called when you have your grandparents on speed dial? So we're gonna get right into it. I want to tell you a little bit about my guest. First off, as many as you know, I've been in the media space for a while now, ever since I returned to Philadelphia. One of the first companies I began working with was My New Philly. And I actually became a partner in that business after a while. And, we're running and gunning, shooting content all over the city, working with amazing videographers on my team, of course, led by Kyrie Terrell, who was our founder, my man Vernon Ray, who's one of the best to do it, and amazing folks, Brian Clark, James Hyden, Joey Augustine. I mean, just amazing people shooting. But there was this one dude who was out here with his camera. And when I tell you, I wish he was on my squad. When you see the work he does, it's just mind blowing. And I'm super excited to introduce him to y'all. It's my man, Hector Nuñez. Hector, what's up, good brother?
What's going on, Zach? Thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate you.
Of course, man. Of course, Hector, man. I've respected your work for so long. I think I first got put on through my man Rashad, who was a guest on the show earlier. You're his go-to dude. I see you filming him all over the country. And as I'm sitting there watching that, I get put on the Water Ice. I'm like, Water Ice is dope. Like, it's an amazing platform. I love the name. We were in a similar space as we were rocking with My New Philly. And I know if there's folks I got watching that aren't familiar with Water Ice, I really want you to help put them on. But please tell the people a little bit about yourself, what you do, and why you are so awesome.
Wow, I appreciate the introduction. I never had an introduction so thank you for that. It's very humbling.
Sure.
Yeah, so I actually I founded waterice.com, which is a website where people can go to find things to do in Philly, like find events, and also as a platform to promote local businesses, especially small businesses. A lot of times these businesses don't have the means or budget to do traditional advertising like billboards, radios, and news broadcasts. So we try to, find these businesses. We built up a great audience to promote and grip a platform to amplify their voices. And it just started off, just kind of showing all the positive things to do in Philadelphia. I mean, the news. I mean, My New Philly did a lot of the same things. We ran vertically right there, where we wanted to highlight all the good things of Philadelphia, the positive stuff. I mean, the news does a great job. I mean, not a great job, but the news handles all the negative or whatever crime stuff happens in Philadelphia. You don't want to touch that. We want to, because there's a lot of stuff that happens in Philadelphia that isn't great, but at the same time, there's a lot of beautiful people, a lot of great things to see, things to do, and that we want to highlight that because I think the good outweighs the bad in the long run for me.
100%. And yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. I think even the nation now knows there's a lot of stuff happening in Philly that's not positive, especially the violence, especially the gun violence. But we understand living here that there's so much great things happening in the city, and it doesn't really get the same airtime, the same press as negative news. It just is what it is. So yeah, major shout out to you and your team. Of course, all the folks from the My New Philly team and all the platforms out there that are pushing positive news, because we need to hear it. You keep hearing the negative stuff, and you feel negative inside. So that shift is super vital. And tell us a little bit more. Let's go deeper, because the awesome thing is I've loved to see your brand grow.
Thank you.
It started like that, then you started having podcasts. You have a podcast platform, and even the clothing line, which I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know if you got the 4X shirts, but I'm coming for some gear. But tell us a little bit about the evolution of Water Ice's product.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's always been like the plan. I mean, obviously you want to monetize your platform, but we have like several what we call verticals in businesses. So we have, like the content vertical is what we do. It's like our bread and butter as far as, what's what people brings people to our platform, cool things to do, things to see, promoting up and coming entrepreneurs, things like that. So that's like the content which like dominates our social media. But on the other side, we also do have our podcasting, which we're just getting back into. Shout out to Brooklyn Bull for hosting our this season right now with our podcast, Lauren Reed Live. Lauren Reed, who heads our podcast, she does an amazing job finding entrepreneurs, movers, and shakers. Especially, one thing I want to add, I like to throw in there is like, with our platform, we make sure that we don't. Also, we only show people in a positive light. I know there's a lot of like platforms and so forth, that might use violence or like fights and things around the way to like get likes and clicks and promote their whatever. So we have none of that stuff. So everything's positive, and it's because I want to control the narrative. So especially if you see people black or brown, and you see them on our platform, they're always going to be entrepreneurs, movers and shakers, things that are positive about black or brown folks. We want to make sure that they're showing a positive light, not like in a fight or in around the way doing crazy dumb pranks or things like that. We don't want to show any of that stuff. We want to make sure that we want to show like that's control the narrative and show everybody in a positive light. So I just want to make sure that was like seen without having to really be explained, but I wanted to kind of point that out. No, so Lauren finds a lot of these folks. So like majority of, especially like on the podcast platform, majority have people that have been guests, have been, people of color, things like that. Cause we want to promote, make sure that they get enough spotlight and promotion, stuff like that. Cause a lot of times they're just starting off and things like that. So that's like a good place for them. And then the merchandise and things like that, obviously, whether you're a media company, an artist or whatever, you have a business, it's always good to have a merch line to, to monetize, to, get your brand out there. It was fire too. Yeah, funny story. I had my old roommate from college. He lives out in Colorado, near Denver, and he happened to go to the mall, and some kid pointed out, like he was buying the AI Eagles the re-releases that he had, the Eagles colorway, because he loves, obviously he's from around here, the Eagles, things like that. And the dude at the store that was, I guess, working there was like, "Yo, he had a water ice tank," and he was like, "That's the water ice thing." Dude happened to be on Colorado that follows us, that spotted the shirt, not even thinking about him buying Eagles, anything like that. And he was like, "Yeah, I followed him, this and that, whatever." So we're gonna have to hook my man up with a shirt on Colorado. He was like, "New." So I was like, "Wow, that's just like humbling when you see the brand expanding." People all the time tell me when they're traveling, you're like, "Hey," people always stop me, like, "Hey, where'd you get that shirt?" Things like that. So we're always, and also expand the line and bringing up new ideas and new designs.
Dope. The power of digital, man. Yeah, we're in this virtual world. We can be seen by anybody, anywhere, and it does have that kind of reach. And again, kudos to you and props to you for creating such an awesome brand that's growing. And I just want to see you to continue to grow and prosper, man, for sure. Now we gotta get to the meat and potatoes of today. We gotta get to the core. You know what that is? That's that 3 random questions.
Okay.
So I need you to give me a 3-digit number. The numbers cannot be the same, but any number you want that's 3 digits. 0 also counts.
So, all right. I mean, we're in Philly, 215.
You know what? You ain't the first person to give me the 215. I'm gonna
Let's
tell
go
you that.
267.
We're gonna go to it. We're gonna go to it because here's the thing. Sometimes I mix up the questions, so your 215 not be the same as somebody else's. But cool. Let's see here. Let's go. Question number 2. Okay. If you could work in another industry or job, what would it be and why?
That's a great question.
Mm-hmm. And mind you, folks, this dude is one of the best videographers I've ever seen. You got to follow him on the gram. Like, his work is impressive. So he is entrenched in this media content space. I don't know if he's ever thought about working somewhere else, but you tell us, what would it be?
I mean, like, all right, I do content, which is like media-based content. But if I had to do another sector of it, maybe it would be more in the movies. So
Mm.
like maybe producing, like movies. Shout out to Kyrie too. I see him doing his movie stuff like that. So that's awesome. So that space is also really dope. I guess a quick side story. Like when I started Water Ice, like it was just a blog, like written blogs stuff like that. I had no uh like kind of like idea or whatever, like
Hmm.
feeling I wanted to do videos. But I was doing a lot of research and I saw that social media was moving in the video directly when we started pushing videos. So I had to like start doing videos. So I couldn't afford a camera. I had a camera at the time, and I was working part time at a real estate company doing their marketing. So and they had a camera, so I should just borrow their camera. So I just hopped on YouTube to learn how to work the camera and also how to edit. I didn't know anything about editing video. I didn't know anything. So everything's like self-taught. So I just spent, a couple hours a day watching YouTube tutorials on like different things. I'll see an effect, learn how to do that effect, and I just keep adding to the repertoire and practicing it and everything. So like you can see the progression because the first videos I did was just trash, the first interviews. But obviously I got better. But it's like I do a lot of videos, but I don't really consider myself that much a videographer. I don't really promote myself as a videographer that. It's also a service that we do a lot of white labeling or content for businesses. So I do
Hmm.
videos for businesses and things like that for as if they want to pay for packages and stuff like that. But anyways, long story short, if I wasn't doing content for myself, I would probably try to go into like cinematography and like a movie industry or something like that.
Awesome, awesome. And the fun you mentioned, Kyrie, same thing. 100% self-taught. Learned how to do videography on his own, and I mean, it's a skill that I'm again starting to get deeper and deeper into. But major props to all the folks who are out there hustling and
Yeah,
are able to
dope.
do this off the strength. That's super dope. So you were 215. So let's give you number one. You hit the lottery. You win $100,000. How are you spending it? And you cannot give it away or donate it.
Honestly, right now, like we used to have an office space in Center City. And
Mhm.
during the pandemic, we lost a space where we're subleasing from a company, and that company had to bounce because I guess whatever they went under. So we lost our space. So right now, actually, we're actually in the process of trying to look for like a brick and mortar home. So I would definitely use that money towards finding a home for us, like brick and mortar, where we can like produce content, sell our merch, interact with the people. Because before we had an office space, but this one I would like to do more with storefront space.
Oh, okay. Nice, nice. I like it. And you'll be selling merchandise there, I assume, too, if it's a storefront for
Yeah,
sure.
storefront merchandise, but also like engaging. I want to make it transparent with the because like a lot of people when it comes to businesses, they look at a office or whatever, and they're like, oh, that's their office. That's like we're indoctrinated to think, oh, that's off limits to me, which a lot of times it is, whatever. But we want to kind of break that barrier and have it more seamless, where you can interact with our brand while we're doing our stuff and learn, and we can like do workshops and things like that.
Super dope. I actually know a studio like that. I'll have to send you their info so you can check out how they flow. But I got one
Yeah.
that's like right on the main street. You look in, you see people doing productions and everything. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So yeah,
Um, and your last one was 5 for the 215. If you could go back to the first days as a professional and give your old self one piece of advice, what would Hector tell young Hector?
whew, that is a great question. Um,
Good one.
That's a great question. I mean, this is just business related, right? So I would probably be I guess like be more confident and kind of like more
Mhm.
aggressive because at the beginning I know I wasn't sure. I was starting off small blogs, like no one really kind of like talked to me, even though I was reaching out to a lot of like bigger bigger organizations. In the beginning everybody was a lot of you get a lot of no's and like who are you, whatever, get turned down.
Mhm.
I remember like even trying to interview like a small artist from around the way. They're like, no, you're not really popping, or get out of here or whatever. But just having that more, and it helped me build more confidence. But I'm going to be more aggressive and after going on one because it took me a while to kind of build up that real confidence to really like push the brand forward, and
Right.
then and promote it a lot more. So in the beginning, I was just like, I don't, you have a lot of self doubt in the beginning, and anybody that's watching this, I guess, when you have a business, just understand that like when you launch a business, people be like, oh, friends and family be like, oh, that's great, start a business. But then after a while, you're gonna notice that they're not gonna be buying stuff, supporting stuff, whatever. And so your biggest support is gonna come from strangers, people you
Mhm.
don't know. So just make sure. don't think about or focus on people that aren't supporting you or don't really rock with your brand. Just water the garden that you have in front of you and cultivate that what's in front of you. Concentrate on who is supporting you and not who's not supporting you, and then
Yep.
you build up the confidence and grow your brand a lot faster.
Great advice. Great advice. I hope all my young entrepreneurs, folks that are out here on the grind, you're starting out with 200 followers and you're nervous that it's not growing and all that kind of stuff. Just keep pushing. Like you said, I believe you said, water your own garden. That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Thank you. I got a little bit of time. Can I give you a bonus question?
Just do it.
I feel like this question might actually just become a permanent question I ask in addition to everything. So when people don't pick the number, I'm always wondering it.
All
So
right.
let me give you this one. It's number 7 now. If you
All
could
right.
only listen to one album or artist while you do work, what or who would it be? You can't say Freeway because I know you work with him and you do his content. So no, even though he's lit, give me somebody.
While I'm working,
Huh?
like
Yeah,
while I'm working.
and yeah, let's say while you're editing. Are you ever listening to music?
Well, I mean, I can't listen to music while I'm editing because I have to like whatever.
Gotcha,
But if
gotcha.
I'm just like writing and stuff like that, believe it or not, when I'm at home, I don't even listen to hip hop like that. I like lo-fi or like music doesn't have words because. But most time,
Mm,
honestly, my house is completely silent when I work. I don't know because when I start listening to songs, whatever, it kind of like distracts me. Whatever, I
right.
can't focus as much. But when I'm at the house chilling and maybe blogging or whatever, I might have something like Khruangbin on, like something that's
Mm,
like this like melodies, just straight like dope beats and stuff like that. It's
yep.
kind of a lo-fi type of feel
I
that
dig
gives
it.
me it calms me down, it soothes me, and I can focus. I don't get lost in like lyrics and stuff like that. And like now to get older, like all that like hip hop, like it would be raising my blood pressure because like But if I'm like getting ready to go out, I'm chilling, I'm going out. I love hip hop stuff like that. But if I'm in
Pre-game.
the crib, it's like chill, like stuff like Khruangbin, jazz music, things like that.
Okay.
Really old man shit. So I'm just like really.
You hit the gym. You working out. What you listening to?
Uh, uh, it depends how I'm feeling that day. Believe it or not, sometimes I still stick with that to calm me while I don't like raw,
Okay.
like I like chill, like while I'm working, it gets me in the zone. But sometimes I'll listen to uh, like like motivational stuff with like music background, like say either hip hop feature. Like sometimes he has like some stuff like that has like some beats in the background. He's talking, people like remix it. I'm gonna have that mixed in with some like chill hip hop, like 90s hip hop. If I'm listening to hip hop, like older stuff, like I love AZ, Nas, Cormega, those guys back in the day, Nature.
Mhm.
I love like that era was really because that's the soundtrack of my high school years. This is before Free
Right.
came out, so that I'm like a 90s baby. So like when I was like, junior high or high school in the 90s, it was like that's what I was listening to, and it takes me back. And I can like, like really like it's got like the beats are a lot more, like I don't know, harder hitting for me. I don't know, something about
All
that
good.
era.
All good. I'll take it. I'll take it. And the lo-fi vibe is a win. I'm all about that. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah. I
awesome.
like you want your house to be like serenity, like especially at night. You might want to light a candle, play that chill, lo-fi, whatever. It'll put you in a great space to work. Because if I'm putting like a hip hop something crazy while I'm trying to work, it doesn't get me there. Like I need while I'm cooking or whatever I'm doing, I need like chill, just beats. It's kind of like this
I
lo-fi
feel
chill.
you.
Band, I really love them. I missed when they came to Philly. I was mad about that one.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, listen, bro, I appreciate you being a guest on the show. I've had the utmost respect for you
Likewise,
since I got a chance to know you. And even more random sidebar, I knew you from afar way longer, just watching everything you're doing. And finally, when we had a chance to meet up, it was
brother.
one of the best introductory first meetings I had with somebody. Forget what restaurant we went to.
We went to that pizza spot.
Yeah,
And I remember because you were like, "Wait, you just do all this work? like
yeah, I
you
was astonished. It might feel like we had a team of 40. And
yeah."
I was like, yo, it's just you? Like, no, I got to meet this dude. We got to connect. And that was just so dope and
I mean,
a blessing to get to know folks. I think we never looked at the brands as competition. We looked at it as, yo, we're both trying to do positive things
yeah. I
for
mean, you can
Philly.
coexist. I
That's
mean,
win.
like you got like
100%.
CBS, Fox, whatever, McDonald's, Wendy's, whatever, like on the same
Hmm.
block. Like it's enough content stuff like that go around. Like I can't cover it all. I wish there was like more people doing what I
Right.
was doing. I mean, but the thing is, like as you see, like you probably had like interns stuff like that, and I had interns before. Like it looks fun on the outside, whatever. But when you start doing it, like oh shit, this is work. You know what I mean? This is
Yep.
like grind, consistency. So I seen, like people that may want to try to do it, but they kind of like don't. If you don't really love this is what you want to do, it might not be for you. But I do wish there was more people out there that be in this space to kind of like promote food, especially nowadays. It really needs it the most because it's like a lot of stuff going on. There's like is like bad and stuff like that as far as crime and things like that. But we're still pushing, trying to show the better, the good side of Philadelphia. So we're always going to be here, fighting that good fight.
That's dope, man. Folks, make sure y'all support. Make sure you're following Wooder Ice. That's WOODER. Don't be spelling it regular like it's Wooder. Yeah. It's Wooder Ice. Yeah. Awesome, man, Hector. And before I forget, because I almost do this all the time, my joke. Do you have an answer? Do you have a guess? I'll show it again.
When you have your grandparent, so this is a riddle, right? It's not an actual fact. It's like
it's funny a question. If you think it is, what do you think the answer is? What is it called when you have your grandparents on speed dial? What's your answer, Hector?
I can't. I don't know.
Anybody watching? Put your answers in the comments. You don't got it?
No.
Instagram.
And you know what? I follow dad joke pages. I love good dad jokes.
On that note, we closing the show. Thanks everybody for watching. Please still like, comment, share. And Hector, you be well, man. We'll talk soon.
Appreciate you, bro.
Peace.